Afternoon and welcome to our introduction to Cookidoo and how to navigate Cookidoo on your Thermomix. To get into Cookidoo, we have a number of ways. If we swipe our screen to the right, you will see here on the TM6 it says, "Hello, what would you like to cook today?" Then we can click search. From search, you'll see on the top left you have recipes, you have a search bar, and you also have filters. Filters allows us to adjust what we're searching for, recipes collection. So we'll go into filters to start. So filters gives you a list of categories. So if you know in particular you want to cook a certain category dish, you can select the filter in category. Ingredients as well. If you have a specific ingredient that you would like to use because you found that you have excess of it in your fridge or pantry, you can type it in ingredients. Again, tags is very similar. If you're wanting to cook, we'll go up. Tags is very similar. If you're wanting to cook any meals that may have dietary restrictions such as vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free, putting something in tags is really useful. Next, it shows us difficulty level. So you can search the difficulty level of the meal you want, whether or not it's easy, medium or advanced. You have next preparation time. So preparation time is the time it takes to prepare everything ready for your dish. Total time, which is one of probably my favourite fields, is a total time preparation including cooking time for your meals. So if you are in a hurry, you can click dishes that are under 15 minutes, under 30, under 45. So it really allows you to go, all right, this is how much time I've got. I want to make something. What can I make in that time? So it saves you having to scroll through as many recipes and censor them. Again, if you have a large family, small family, you can indicate the number of portions, sizes, meals that you want. So if you've got a large family, you'd probably select over 8 and it's going to bring up all recipes automatically that over 8. Again, ratings is something relatively new. Some recipes have got a rating system on it, others don't. So you can search by how a recipe has been rated. Next, you can choose your Thermomix version. So if you've got TM6 only, TM6, TM5 or 31, so you can select what you want. This field, next field, is probably the most important and the one I use the most. As I said, English is my first language and the only one I can read with these, so I'll go in and select English. This means it will then default to all English recipes that are on Cookidoo. Next you have countries. We'll now remove Australia and you'll notice our search results went from 2,586 up to 7,760 by just selecting language. If you do speak and read other languages, you're certainly welcome to select English and any other language that you like. The other languages actually display the ingredients and instructions in that language. So if you can read German, you can have your ingredients in German, your recipe in German. Same for Greek, Italian, any other languages. Sometimes you won't get the option for language. So this is when I recommend, if you're looking for English languages, that you select Australia, Canada. We show all countries, go down to the United Kingdom and United States. Those 4 countries tend to bring up all the English recipe books and collections. So if English or if language isn't an option, which sometimes it might not be, you can just go down and search the countries. Obviously, the more countries you select, the more results you're going to get. So now we can click on show 716 results. You'll see at the top, it's brought up our recipes. If I click on that button, now that we've set our filters, I can also go into collections. It will now show that there's 4,065 recipe collections. But you will notice over here, our filter has reset. So we've got basically all the cookbooks available. So we need to go back into our settings. We'll scroll back down. All right, so this is, I guess, a perfect example. The recipe books aren't per language, they're actually per country or region. So this is where we can select Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, and United States. So collections, which is our recipe books, are country and region specific. Recipes are language specific or country specific. So now you can see we've got the 466 results. So now we can scroll through any of the recipes. So for Sarah in particular, Kids in the Kitchen would be a great one for you to have a look at. If you want, when you click on the cookbook, it will, oh, we went too many clicks. it will bring you up all the different recipes that are in that cookbook. If you click on the 3 dots next to the name, it gives you option to cook today, bookmark it, add it to collection, or add it to your shopping list. So it's got similar features that we find when we're on the app or the laptop. The only difference is you won't actually be able to get into your shopping list if you're viewing it through your Thermomix, but you can still do all the other activities such as cook today. So that's showing you what's in the cookbook and the recipes. So sometimes if you're looking for a specific thing, going through collections can be a lot easier because it might be suited to, again, like breads or kids. Oh, we don't want to be in there. So it gives you, I guess, a whole collection, which vary. Some cookbooks have got 10 recipes, some have got 100 recipes, and in between different recipes from that round. So if you're looking for around Asian recipes, sorry, the screen's being a bit touchy today. We can go into around Asia cookbook and it'll bring us up all different Asian recipes. Again, same for soups, pantry magic, chicken, Facebook Live favorites, tea and basics. So if you're looking at basics, you've got that. Simple, want more, we just go more. Focus on buckwheat. Simply Delicious. So Simply Delicious is family meals for under $5 a serve. It's actually the cookbook that is available at the moment for the month of June as part of a not host reward, customer incentive if they place an order in June. So you get the Simply Delicious cookbook and the knife set. You've got the Eat Well cookbook, Asian cookbook. So having access to Cookidoo, whether or not you're in your first 6 months or if you've paid for your subscription, which is $49 a year, you get access to all these cookbooks online. As I said, you can access them online through your Thermomix, or you can use them through the app on your phone or through your computer. So there's a number of ways you can get into it. As I said, this was a quick demo to show you how you can find Cookidoo and use Cookidoo on your Thermomix. The next thing, I guess, with Cookidoo on our Thermomix is if we go up to our 3 lines at the top. You'll find that any recipes, if we click My Recipes, are divided up into bookmarks, created collections, saved collections. So bookmarks is just individual recipes that you may have gone through and bookmarked. So it doesn't matter whether or not you bookmarked them on Cookidoo, on your phone or computer, they all display and are synced to your Thermomix. Again, you can create your own collections. So we've got a heap of collections that I've created. Some are specific for cooking experiences. Others are just different things. Like I've got a whole heap from scratch. So my from scratch folder is probably one of the main ones I use because it allows me to make my own purpose gluten-free flours, almond milks, baking powder. So a lot of things from scratch that I can control what ingredients are going into it rather than just having to get store-bought gluten-free flour. So it's very handy for anyone who does have any allergies or intolerances. After that, you have Save Collection. Save Collection is all the cookbooks or collections that I've gone into that I've liked. So instead of having to scroll through the 400 odd cookbooks, I can just go and go, all right, well, I've liked that one. There's my chocolate addiction. I can click straight into the chocolate edition and it brings up all the chocolate recipes. So again, you'll see underneath all the recipes, it's telling you how many recipes are in the cookbook. So some you can sort of see you've got the 10, 12, around age of 61. So the cookbooks do vary with what recipes they do have in it. But it certainly, by having a look and scrolling through it more and more, you see different things that you would like to do. After the main menu, anything we select in our My Week, we press My Week through our Cookidoo screen, and now you can see what we want to cook today. You've got things that are cooking coming up. I think if it's in the calendar view, you can scroll back to see different things that you've cooked over different days, weeks or months that have gone past. So you can go through and see all a little picture icon of everything you've seen. So I really like the picture icon because it's very visual and it goes, all right, double chocolate muffins. I can see what it's going to look like, and finding something that's appealing to the eyes certainly makes us more willing to want to cook with it. You can do similar on the TM5. It doesn't display Cookidoo, or you can't search on the TM5 for Cookidoo like this and type in certain thing. It basically brings all your cookbooks up in alphabetical order and you can scroll that way. Sorry, now we want to go back to our 3 lines. So we're in My Week. I think we went through my week. Yeah, no, we went through my week, sorry. Recently cooked. Again, this doesn't matter whether or not it's been a recipe you've searched through on Cookidoo on your Thermomix or something you've saved. All the things that you've recently cooked come up. So if you know that you recently cooked something, you can go, alright, 2 easy chocolate cake was what I made the other day, and you can click on it straight away. One of the good features about the Thermomix and TM6, it remembers that you've been cooking a recipe. Well, I haven't cooked 2 easy chocolate cake for a number of days, but it remembered that I was partway through the recipe. So it's given me the option to resume, restart, or cancel. So even though I've used the machine multiple times since making 2 easy chocolate cake, it still remembered I did it. If it's a recipe that I know I'm partway through, such as dough where I've got to let it rest and then come back, I would go resume. This one I knew we finished because we baked the cake and ate it, so I'd go restart. So it takes us back to the start of our recipe. When we go start cooking, you'll notice on all your recipes next to your next button there are 3 dots. The 3 dots are really handy. If you're not sure where you're in the recipe or want to confirm some details, you can click on recipe details. If you need to add something from the scales, you can stick straight on scales and it takes you to your scales without having to go back through the home button. It again lets you cancel the recipe if you change your mind and want to go to something else. So there's 3 buttons that are really easy to help you navigate Cookidoo while you're going. You notice here I just got out of a recipe. You've got a green bookmark up top. Green bookmarks indicating that you're partway through something, and if you click on it, it takes you back to where you were at the last step. So I think that's pretty much all there is to show about how to access Cookidoo on your Thermomix. The only other thing is if we go into settings and you're not sure whether or not you've got a Cookidoo account or you've got issues connecting it, it's really important to make sure the country is Australia, and then when you connect your Cookidoo account that you do select Australia. If you've selected USA or UK, it takes a week to 2 weeks for us to be able to have it disconnected from USA so you can restart in Australia. Or the other option is you need to get a new email address to be able to log in. So be careful with making sure your country region is Australia. If you have logged in under UK, well, we need to change our country region to UK on our Thermomix, which then means instead of defaulting to Australian recipes and collection, it'll actually default to USA or UK. Your Cookidoo account button, this will also give you details about what type of membership you have, what your status is, when you're valid to, the email address it's associated with, and when it was last synchronization to the system. So you can see mine is the 2nd of June today. So I think that's about it. It's, as I said, meant to be a simple guide to help you be able to use Cookidoo on your Thermomix. I will be uploading this to my page and my YouTube channel. If you've got any feedback, I'd certainly appreciate it. Otherwise, have a great day and look forward to seeing all the delicious things you are making on Cookidoo.